Hello and welcome to Japanese Craft Beer Reviews. Today is not a craft beer that we're going to review, but it is a CRAP beer we're going to look at. And it comes from one of the four major breweries in Japan, Suntory, probably more famous for whiskey these days overseas. And the beer in question is this one. It is called Suntory Kin-Mugi Rich Malt. And this is part of the Kin-Mugi series, which they have, and they have several beers. I think I've reviewed 3 of them so far. There are, I think, about 6 or 7. I'll put a link to the Suntory beer lineup site. You can go check them out. And this is what's called a happoshu, or used to be called a happoshu. They kind of collapsed this into the general category of non-beer beers, and for tax purposes people started making low malt beers and fortifying them with wheat or barley spirits, and this was one of those. This came out I think about 2010 or so. I'm not sure exactly. I reviewed it, but that was over 11 years ago, so it's been around for a while. And I think it was the first one in this Kin-Mugi, which means gold malt. And we consider it a pale lager. Rate Beer, or I'm sorry, Untapped would probably call it a happoshu. On Rate Beer it has 81 ratings, and the average is only 2.17 out of 5, pretty low. And that's a 2 percentile. So in other words, it's down in the second percentile out of 100% for all beers on Rate Beer, and 39% for its style, pale lager. And there are a lot of junky industrial pale lagers out there. Untapped, 5,372 ratings, and the average is a bit higher, 2.84. And they they simply call it Kin-Mugi without the rich malt, because originally it was just simply Kin-Mugi without this rich malt. And so on Rate Beer they've just kept, or I'm sorry, on Untapped they just kept it that way. So I have rated this, and I'll tell you about that in a second, but let's take a look at the beer first, okay? Excuse me, my cat needs to get out. Not looking forward to this terribly much, but let's give it a go. So I did have this 11 years ago, and I have not had it since, I don't think. Okay, it is kind of an unnaturally clear, sort of thin, pale gold straw with some carbonation rising. Okay, and a rather thin, filmy head. Okay, this definitely has a spirits. The ingredients for this are barley, malt, and hops, and wheat spirits. And definitely the spirits come to the fore in the first part of the aroma. A bit like, it's a bit vegetal, and it also has something like cake dough or frosting, cake frosting, kind of a super saturated kind of sweetness. Ooh. Okay. Does have some initial maltiness, and it goes kind of chemical. Does seem kind of artificial malt. Maybe malt extract is used in this. I do not know. The major breweries don't put out a lot about their brewing process. Occasionally they do as a promotion for something special, but it's hard to tell exactly what kind of ingredients go into this, or rather what the process is in making it. It kind of goes flat before mid-palate, and the spirits kind of coat the tongue, and that's basically it. There's nothing much more. Yeah, I don't think this must be as bad as when I first had it. I had it in 2012, and I rated it then, and it was my rating was 1.9 out of 5. so pretty bad. I'd probably give this now maybe somewhere around 2.2 or 2.3, not terribly higher. It definitely has the spirits element in it, which kind of ruins it. It fortifies it. It gives it the alcohol boost, but it also kind of coats the tongue and kind of ruins the experience, really, of it. I mean, you can drink extract beer. Many home brewers make beer that is made with extract, and it's perfectly fine. But you fortify it with something like that, like the wheat spirits, and no. Okay, I don't recommend this one. You will see this everywhere in Japan, in convenience stores and supermarkets everywhere. It's probably the #1 beer in this Kin-Mugi series, but I cannot recommend it very highly. Okay, 5% pale lager. That's it for today. I hope you are doing well. And please, I would hope you will subscribe to the channel. And I do have a lot of playlists. You can check those out as well. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.